Need help with your Medicaid LTSS application? Listen, if that's your only question, stick around. I promise you, I got the best expert advice you'll need to handle that situation and any other situation you got that concerns Medicaid long-term health care program. All right, stick around for the intro, and I'm gonna be right back. Look, my name is Kion Church. A lot of people like to call me Mr. KC. They say it sounds a lot easier. I don't really know. That's up to you and how your tongue move through, through the words. But if you don't know who I am, what I do is I help the financially challenged family member to become a paid caregiver through the Medicaid long-term health care program. And really, the reason why we're doing that is because we don't want to see anybody left behind financially that's trying to take care of somebody else. I really think like it should be almost like really against the law to go broke while helping somebody else. You know what I mean? Now listen, if you can hear me, because I can't really hear myself, we have some problems in the studio today. If you can hear me, hashtag live. If you can hear me and you in a rebroadcast, hashtag rebroadcast. Now look, we do this thing on a lot of different platforms, a lot of different we go live to a lot of places. Y'all know we got podcasts, we got YouTube, we got a whole sort of other stuff going on that's really great. But this is what I want you to do. If today, after I get done talking, while I'm talking, whatever, if you feel that this information that I'm giving you is valuable, what I want you to do is like, subscribe, share, do whatever it is you got to do, excuse me, and let the people know like this dude's official tissue. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that because I'm not talking to you, but it'd be a lot of clowns that be watching this channel. You know what I mean? And they frustrated clowns. You know what I mean? And they telling me things like, KC, this information you gave us wasn't valuable. And I'm like, your ears is closed, or something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Because the information that I'm giving is the best under the sun. And I find it so great of an info that nobody's even giving it out. They too scared. They don't want to go against the system. Nobody wants to be a bucker where Medicaid is concerned. You know what I mean? But listen, I got my pop some help. I'm gonna get your family member some help. All right. So I thought this was a really great topic. A lady has been calling me every day, I'm gonna say, for the past week. We just went through a little holiday, and she's trying to get her loved one into the Medicaid long-term health care program. And she's like, KC, I don't really know what to do. She's at her end. She put the application in last month. This is the beginning of the month. She put the application in last month, a little less than 30 days ago. So now the people told her, they said, you fill this application out for your mother, and at the beginning of the month, we'll have her in the program. Now, today is the first. The lady calls me up. She says, look, KC, I did everything, every single little dot of every I, crossed every T. I did everything, is what she said. And she said, I can't get a call back from the case manager. I can't get I can't get no letter say we moving forward. This is how it went on for a while. And her biggest question was, what could you do for me? And I'm gonna tell you, she was like 1,000% convinced that it was probably nothing I could do for her. And that was due to the fact that Medicaid, the people on the line told her this is what you do. And if you want it to happen, they told her to do that. And basically what they told her to do is stand on faith. And I don't know. I'm glad they didn't tell the lady hold your breath, because she'd have been SOL. You know what I mean? She would have needed a caregiver by now. But just people having faith in the system, and they don't want to rock the boat. A lot of people, I tell them like, listen, man, I check on the status of your application, and they like, look, KC, we really don't want to rock the boat. They said this, they said that, they supposed to do some good things for us. But see, what you don't understand is the people over there at the service center, where you went in, took the application and spent 5 hours there, talking to them people like, you were speaking Spanish and they were speaking English. Those are the same people that are in charge of moving the application further. Now, we all got to realize, we human beings, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you did this morning, but Soon as I woke up, because I was up late last night, I'll be up late, thinking about the master plan, how I can help some people the next day. You know what I mean? So I woke up kind of late, and the lady called me. She says, "Hey, I'm out front for your dad. We had a nurse come in the house today, and then we had physical therapy come in the house, and then kind of got lost track. You know what I mean?" But I'm not telling you to say, what's going on in my day and that I'm so busy. I just want you to know that these people that you calling over there at the service center, they human beings. They got things they got to do too. They got a lot of stuff going on, and most of them got a non-caring and concern attitude anyway. So they really don't even care about you. Now, this lady, she really didn't believe me when I told her. You know what I mean? I'm like, they don't care about you. They just put the paperwork in and keep it moving. And they're human beings. So, what sometimes should have took them 5 minutes, they may have had, she might have submitted the application. And I remember the lady, she said, "Look, I saw the lady as I handed her everything, but we walked out. But she told me she was gonna call me, and her kid might have called. You know what I mean? Her son, her daughter, her husband, whoever might have called and said, 'Look, man, we need you.' They text me, 'Look, if you're here with me in the live and you're afraid to ask your question on the air, if you got a question, put it right in the comments.' I'm gonna tell you like this: nobody's watching us. You know what I'm saying? And the only people that are watching us need our help with this Medicaid LTSS thing. So you ain't even gotta be embarrassed. Like I talk all day because I know ain't none of my friends watching this. You feel me? So your friends probably ain't watching it neither. Only the people who need to know the good information are here with us. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid. Put your comment right in there. Put your question right in there. Anything that you want to know, don't be afraid. If you still a little shook, you know what I mean? You don't want to let everybody know your business. Text me 302-689-3240, 302-689-3240. So look, we're going to get back to the story before I give you the good information. The information is so easy. If I had said it already, the video would be over. So I feel like I'm gonna come here today and run my mouth a little bit. All right. I got a meeting in a half hour. We're meeting with some agency owners. So I'm gonna try to dispense the good information to you as soon as I can, So I'm telling the lady, like, it's kind of different and sometimes, people be forgetting just because, it's a lot going on. Now, if you like every other person that I know, and I'm saying every other person, if you honest to God need this, don't be afraid. Now when I first told the lady that, I said, "Look, them people really don't care about you." And I said, "Look, I can prove it to you because I can call over there and get all the information now." She was kind of scared. Now, I understand, nobody wants, first of all, if you ever seen this booklet that you need to put together just to get into the Medicaid, long-term healthcare program, you ain't never trying to do that twice. So like the lady was a little shook. She was saying, "KC, I just spent 5 hours over there. I don't want to, I don't want you to rock the boat on this." And I'm telling her, like, you got the application in. This is the one thing. I don't know if my producer can hear you, but I'm gonna tell you the one thing about this situation. One thing to know. Listen, only I'm trying to think of how the saying go. Listen, if you making a positive move, don't worry about what other people think, because we're doing this to help some people. You know what I'm saying? One thing's for sure, two things for certain, man. I'm doing the right thing, and we're gonna move forward on that. So what I told her was, give me your loved one. She was having to be trying to get her mother into the program. I said, give me your mother's name and her date of birth. I don't need a whole lot of information. See, it gets tricky because you don't know who's your friend and who's not your friend. Some people say, "Oh, give me your social security number, your this, your Medicaid number, this and that." Man, we don't need all that. I don't need all that. All I need is name and date of birth, and I go straight in on them. You know what I mean? Oh man, I'm trying to think of the saying. I got a bunch of them, but I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. So all I need is the good info. I call around there and I'm like, "Look, what's happening? Church put the application in. We want to know what's going on." Absolutely. Don't worry about what other people think. You worried about other people's opinions will never allow you to move forward because you so worried about what they talking about. You know what I mean? It is what it is with them. We need to move forward and get us some help. So, what I can do for people, what I did for this lady. Now, This is only if you Delaware. I don't want to get this confused because people watch this in all 50 states. You know what I mean? Medicaid is everywhere. Thank goodness. And I'm able to help people that don't even live in the state of Delaware, sometimes with just some good information. But if you happen to live in the state of Delaware, one of these little 3 counties that we got, I can get on the phone and I can let people know ASAP or dapper what the problem is. Look, if you're here with me now, I can't see you. We on this new broadcast studio we using. Look, hashtag live. If you're here with me in a rebroadcast, hashtag rebroadcast. You know what I mean? If you want to do something really special, share this message, subscribe to us on YouTube. You know what I mean? Hit the 3 little hashtag hamburger marks. You want to go live with KC every time I go live. Don't be like those clowns that be like, oh man, KC ain't giving up the sauce. Because ain't nobody giving up the sauce like KC giving up the sauce. You feel what I'm saying? So look, long story short, I call on over there. Now, okay, I'm gonna just break it down to you and just let you know, because I do this from an experience standpoint, right? So when you turn in the Medicaid LTSS application, they break it down into 3 pieces. All right. Now, if you need to know how to go through the steps, that's a whole nother video. I got that thing broken all the way down. You know what I mean? I don't know. Ask for that, and I'll get somebody to drop that in the comments for you if that's what you need. But if you want to know, how do I figure out about this application, I'm going to break down the steps, and then I'm going to tell you how you're going to figure out. All right. Once you turn the application in, they do what's called I don't know what it's called, but they send the information to a nurse. They break it down into 3 pieces. Now, the first piece goes to a nurse. That goes to a Medicaid in-house nurse. Now, I guess in order to be able to talk health, they want a nurse on the squad. So what they do is they get a nurse, they assign a nurse to your case, and then they have that nurse communicate, the nurse from Medicaid, they have that person communicate with your doctor, and it's really only one of your doctors, your PCP, or what's more commonly known as primary care physician. Now, they do this because it's some information that they're looking for. They're looking for a comprehensive medical report, which, as I just found out, is a big $2 word. But what they're really looking for is they're looking to make contact with the doctor. They're looking to make sure you in the right place. They don't want to put anybody in the program who's undeserving of being in the program, like on no kind of level. You know what I mean? They want to make sure from your doctor, hey, do you think that this program will benefit church? Yeah, the doctor gonna say, yeah, I think it's a go. All right, cool. So second part they assign it to a financial worker. Now, what the financial worker does is they make sure that your finances is in position. You feel me? That's financial. That's what they do. So they look into all your financial stuff, make sure the structure's going down right, like, because it's an income thing. They want to make sure your income's in the right level. They want to make sure, I don't know what they're making sure, to be all the way honest. But I do know that if your income is right, then you can move a little further, So now sometimes what they do is they ask people for like bank statements. They just asked this other lady who I got off the phone with. They had her bank statement and they wanted to see like checks that came out of her account. You know what I mean? And the checks was just to validate everything that she said was going on. Now, step 1, step 2 out the way. Step number 3 is called the interview. Now, the interview is where the people take all the information. Medicaid takes all the information that they gathered up from the nurse. They take the comprehensive medical report. They talk to the financial worker. They getting all your stuff together. They doing everything you need to do to move you through the program. All right. Now, the third and final step, once you do 1 and 2, really they do 1 and 2. They put 3 together for you. Third step is the interview. The interview is where you're going to get a chance to run your mouth and you're going to be able to tell these people what's going on in my life and why I need all the care that I need. You understand what I'm saying? So 1, 2, 3. Now, if you turn your stuff in last month and they tell you're going to be in the beginning of the month and you don't make it into the program, it's obviously not 1, 2, 3, right? So now, what the heck do I do, KC? I got an easy one for you. What do? You call me. 302-689-3240, 302-689-3240. How you doing, bro? I'm glad that you're watching us on here. You just text me. I don't want to tell everybody your name because it was obvious that you were scared to say something on social media. So how you doing today? hashtag live, hashtag rebroadcast, sign up, get these good notifications, hit the bell, whatever you got to do. It's all gravy. So I remember the one thing now. Okay. Positive conduct, fear no exposure. That's what I wanted to tell you on the beginning. That's the only thing you need to know. Positive conduct, fear no exposure. Now, the reason why I say that is because the lady that came to me who was supposed to be in the Medicaid program, who they didn't get in, she was scared. Now, last month she was saying, "Oh, KC, I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers. I don't know if I want you to call over there, this and this and that." 24 hours later, it's a whole new day. It's a whole new month. Hey, KC, the pressure's on, baby. Can you call around there and find out what's going on? Absolutely. I would love to call around there and harass some Medicaid people today. Yo, why y'all not letting my friends and family into this program? You know what I mean? Number one thing y'all need to know about KC, ain't no fun if my friends ain't getting none. You know what I mean? My pop getting good health care. I feel like your family members should get good health care too, man. And on top of that, man, I hate the bully. I really hate the bully. You know what I mean? I'm not down for fighting the bull all the time, but positive conduct, fear no exposure. And if we got the right stuff in position, I don't see what they holding. I don't see what the holdup is, So just to tell you a quick story how I went in and handled it, I had to put my Superman cape on, flew on in there. It's like, nah. But look, I did get on the phone ASAP or dapper, and I made a few phone calls. Now, fortunate enough for you and fortunate enough for me, I know some really cool people in some high places. You know what I mean? Now, I can't tell y'all everything, but what I can tell you is I got a contact deep in Medicaid, right? What I do is I call there and I talk to him and I'm like, look, Church said he put an application in. I need some things. Let me know what's going on. Now, first thing I say is, do you see the application? And they say, yeah. They told me. They say, hey, we see this lady's application. It's in. I said, well, who's the nurse assigned to the case? And they told me, they said, well, look, the nurse that was assigned to the case was this lady, yada, 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 blah, blah, bam. And I says, well, was her portion completed? She said, yeah, her portion's completed. That's cool. I'm going to write her name and number down anyway, just in case I need her for the future. But check on step number 1. Now, I know that's happened. So let's move on to step number 2. Now I said, who's the financial worker on the case? And my homeboy told me, he said, Miss So-and-so. So I said, well, okay. How you spell her name? Also, does she have a phone number? Okay, cool. And last but not least, could have been the first question I asked, but obviously going to be the last question I asked, is the financial eligibility in place? Like, is it a go financially? You know what he told me? He said, nah, KC, they not right financially. And I said, they not right. What do you mean? I said, do they make too much? Do they not make enough? What's going on? Now, he said, this is what he says, because he's an insider, but he can't tell me everything. Obviously, sometimes you might get fired, but it's the things that you don't say sometimes that are just as good as the things that you're saying. All right. Hey, so I don't know what you're trying to tell me, man, but look, we on the broadcast and you know that, man. So drop it in the comments. I can't be having a personal conversation with you if we on the wire with all these beautiful people right here. You feel me? Drop it on the wire, man. Hashtag whatever it is you want to ask, man. You got a question, put it right into the comment. All right. So look, as I'm talking to them, I find out that the financial eligibility is not signed off on. It's not that the person's not eligible, but they not signed that this portion of the thing is not signed off on. So that's the reason they didn't get to the third step, because step number 2 was held up. Now, what do? What I did, being so I had a lady who was uncomfortable with me, calling there, stirring it up for her mom, I reported back all the information that I had. You know what I mean? Now, what this did for her is this made her feel really, really confident that I knew what I was talking about. And the reason why she was so confident is because she gave me such basic information, and I came back with the whole story. I came back with who the worker was, who the nurse was, that the nurse had completed their job, This the nurse's phone number. This is her name. This is the office that she works in. Here's the financial worker. Now, coincidentally, she already knew who the financial worker was because this is the last person that she had talked to. Now, I didn't know who the financial worker was, nor did she share the financial worker's name with me. But after I made the call to the VIP line in the Medicaid building, they told me everything. So I'm not saying that to be like bragging. What I'm saying is KC is definitely your best resource. If you live in Delaware, you need help, you need to know something, call me. We're going to get right into it. And if I can't figure it out, I'm going to let you know what we should do next. So as it progressed for this lady, you know what I mean? I was able to help her out, get her a lot of good information. And she was like, so, okay, I'm still stuck, KC. What do I do? All right, this is what you do. Here comes the sauce. Here come the sauce. So we actually still in transition. You know what I mean? I gave her the sauce this morning, and she made some phone calls. What I told her to do: get the supervisor's info, find out what's going on. Coincidentally, as we were doing that, the case manager who dropped the ball had emailed her. Now, I'm thinking it's because we done reached out to the supervisor. Now, anytime I reach out to the boss, the workers always fall in line. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way it goes. Stuff start at the top. But guess what? The SHI, you know what, run downhill. So when I tell the boss, who's the supervisor over there, like, listen, your people ain't acting right. They don't want no smoke. They do not want to do no more reports. They did that 20 years ago. They the supervisor now for a reason. They'd sooner fire the person and get you a new worker than them have to do any work. But guess what? Now you at the top of the first priority list because KC done called me and let me know he exposed some elements that was bad in the program that need some help. Yeah, you got some people over there that ain't doing smack. You feel me? I'm going to need you to get on top of them because we got some good people that need to go into the program ASAP or dapper. So I'm gonna need you to fix that. They said ain't no problem, you know what I mean? So we in like fifth quarter negotiation right now, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that to say the date has gone by that they told this lady they was gonna put her in, but I said, look, we gonna shoot for the stars on this one. We're gonna try to get this lady in at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like you know, this month because she need the help, you know. And it's unfortunate that you call people and they don't move. And the lady was like, oh, I don't understand. She said, I was just there on the 25th. I handed the application to the lady personally. She told me if it was any questions that she needed for the financial responsibility, she would get back to me. Got back to her, day late, dollar short, not in the program. KC ain't having that. Nah, I ain't having that. Listen, calling people up and give them a piece of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Read them the RaI&x, baby. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. You know, couldn't get her into the program because, you know, they had already shut it down on her. She will definitely be in next month, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pressure the people. We're going to try to put them in soon. Now, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If she had called me 5 days ago, no doubt in my mind, she'd be in, she'd be straight. Because we don't play that. We don't play that. They got things they got to do, man. I hold their feet to the fire, man. They don't like the little dude. First of all, I'll be on the internet talking bad about the lazy cases. The lady said, well, I don't understand. How come? I said, listen, they lazy and they don't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? So you just got to expect it that it's going to be the worst. You know what I mean? So we call there, put the pressure on them, make them do what they got to do. And if they like us, cool. If they don't like us, cool. But guess what? Right. Problem solved. So if you need any help, you know anybody else need any help, don't be afraid to share this video. A lot of people put their application in months and months and months ago. It's crazy. How do you put an application into a state agency and they don't even get back with you? I know y'all know. I know you got the application, man. It's on the computer. You know what I'm saying? If I call up there, man, don't be ducking and dodging me, man. Because straight up, man, I'm gonna get KC. I would. I would get KC on it because these jokers be playing, man. Man, listen. I told the lady, I said, look, don't be afraid to call down there. She said, you think I should call? I said, you got darn right, call down there. I gave her the number to the service center. I told her who to call. I said, this is what you do. When you call down there, ask for the manager's name of this certain person. Call down there and get the manager's name, get the phone number, and then you say, please connect me. But you don't want to call down there and tell them connect you, because they're going to connect you. That lady not going to answer the phone. You're going to be mad again. You know what I'm saying? Now, these are the kind of things that KC do if you feel comfortable. Like, I ain't trying to sell it to you. You know what I mean? I know my way around through this thing. Hey, you don't know me other than this internet thing. So if you're a little scared, I can give you some information. But closed mouths don't get fed. Don't be the person that, oh, I know what to do and I put it through already and we signed up 12 months ago and they still ain't called, but it's going to happen. Listen, you ain't doing nothing but lying to yourself, man. All drama needs coaching. And these people down here, you definitely need to coach them, because they don't even care. They don't even care. Look, I got another meeting. We getting some agency stuff popping. I got to go. If you're a Medicaid member and you're trying to get a caregiver, you're trying to get a paid caregiver, you need to reach out to me as soon as possible. If you put an application in and you don't see it going nowhere, you need to reach out to me as soon as possible. If you need me to walk you from the parking lot to the back door through the VIP entrance, you let me know. 302-689-3240. Look, don't let anybody shame or blame you into thinking that, it's a bad thing that, you trying to get some help for your loved one. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do, man. We look out for the cookout, and one hand wash the other one, two hands wash the face, baby. I don't know if you can understand that, but it's a teamwork thing, man. Call me if you need me. 302-689-3240, 302-689-3240. All right. Like it, share this, definitely sign up. I appreciate you too. If you're watching and you on YouTube, we got over 500 subscribers, man. We're going to need like 1,000. We need at least 1,000, like ASAP or dapper, because, difference between a large and a small channel got like less than 1,000 subs. So we got like 500. We need to boost this thing up. Let everybody know around the country we looking out for the Medicaid people. You know what I mean? That's all it is, man. I got to go. See you tomorrow. It's probably going to be another good hot one, man. We're going to have a nice topic for you, man. Word up. Thank you. 500 subscribers, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. One love. That was a good one, too. That was a good one. All right. Peace. Gotta go.